What happens here to us local investors, this, we get a little passionate about this, all right? So,
Mhm.
so like both there's agents and there's investors, and we both don't understand each other. We both play an important role in the ecosystem of real estate here in Arizona. Real estate investors have proven to save markets and revitalize neighborhoods. We take those ugly houses agents can't sell and we turn them around and make them beautiful and make safe, clean, affordable housing. So we do that here. And then agents, they're only taught a certain way, right? They go to school and they're taught law at some level, right? They're not taught business, the whole ecosystem of real estate. So they know what they know. So in short, I have stories I always tell, but I know we got a lot to cover today. But what I feel happened because a recent deal I was working on where I offered a subject to that the homeowners were interested in it, but they really just wanted to get the house away from them. They had very little equity, pretty much where they would probably break even on the deal if they when they sold it on MLS. But that was really what they wanted to do, and they needed to be out of town within 6 months. So I said, hey, go list it. That's fine. Go do the right thing. Try to get it out from underneath so you can move on with your life. No hard feelings. But I have a subject to offer and explained it to them and they liked it. So they went and tried that out. Fast forward, they call back, say, my house isn't selling, right? So present the offer again. They asked us to keep the agent involved. Of course, no problem. Let's do that. Well, got on the phone with the agent. They had no clue what we were talking about. Did not know what a subject to was. Didn't know how it worked. A confused mind says no, right? Like they all of a sudden they're thinking investor, what's going on here? I don't know what this is. This can't be right. So I said, hey, go talk to your broker. Right. I explained what it is, but I said, hey, you got to run this by your broker, see what they say, and let's try to put this deal together. She's like, okay, I'll call you at the end of the day. No call. Next day, no call. Next day, no. I'm like, hey, where you at? What's going on? Just ghost. Go. One is bad professional business etiquette, right? So, so then we start calling the homeowner. Ghost. No call. Nothing. Nothing. Then we're like, hey. Then finally they responded and said, hey, we're busy. We're trying to move. Yes, the house hasn't sold. We're advised not to work with you. Now, okay.
Mhm.
Well, what happened here? Like,
Right.
like presented an option, you liked it, but so at the end of the day, that shows you they were advised not to work with us, not to do this. And it's a legal option for them to use in order to sell their house, and they weren't given that option. So that's not fair to the homeowner. So meaning, so I say all that to say that's why we're working with the Arizona Department of Real Estate. How can we educate investors that we don't know enough about agents that they're not taught everything, so we get mad, talk crap, right? Or vice versa. They're not taught about what we
Yeah.
do, right? So we need to kind of bridge that gap. And I know everyone talks about that a lot, but we have a great plan. Um, but so what's happening is here's the big things. So when an agent tells a homeowner don't work with it or scares them, so here's what happened. We're as investors, we're the number two complained group in the state. So
Mhm.
you have an agent that's doesn't know what they don't know, so they complain. Then they may even pass that on to the homeowner who complains. And then when they complain and we become the second most group that's getting complained on, legislation gets involved. The attorney general gets involved. The commissioner gets involved. And then they try to take our rights away as real estate investors, right? And then we get beat up on wholesaling, right? Now they're eyeing subject twos. And now the lens is on us,
Yeah.
right? So that's why we're Azreia is here, and that's why we're talking to the Arizona department so we can be at the table.